Hello everyone, welcome back. If you're new to my channel, welcome. How are you? My name is Gabbie AKA Witchy Vibes, and this is Minerva AKA Monkey. She's my baby. She likes to sleep on my shoulders. So where to begin, you guys? Where to begin? There's so much excuse me, going on in this world right now that there is so much to distract us with the way that the outside world is behaving. This may perhaps be one of the most difficult times in our existence. It's a pivotal point for, all of mankind, all of us human beings to consider. What is driving us at this time? What is driving you at this time? What's driving you? What motivates you? Honestly, I really don't know what drives me anymore. I just posted a post on my social media yesterday. I think it was yesterday. That I lost my passion. I lost my desire. And if you find it, please send them back to me. I don't know. I've always had like passions and desires to do so many random things, just like so many things. And lately I feel like, I don't know, I just feel like I have no desire, no passion to really do much of anything. I feel like I believe that just, when I do something, I believe that my inner essence, my soul is what is steering me. I believe that a lot of us that are, living our day-to-day lives, not knowing what's next. If you were to ask me what my 5-year plan was, I don't know. I don't even know what I'm going to do today. I'm just going to jump down. Oh, I feel so much better. Whew. Off my shoulders. Weight lifted off my shoulders. Literally. Our inner soul, our essence is steering us, okay? And in some ways, we are on autopilot so that we avoid the games, the Matrix games. We will be faced with all kinds of games, all kinds of 3D, third dimensional Matrix bullshit games, the bullshit lifestyle. And it's really our choice whether we continue to buy into it all. Because while we're here on earth, we have free will. The inner knowing is literally at the forefront right now, with a firm focus on what direction we are heading, what direction we are following our heart and soul in. It's what will keep us aligned and focused. We simply have to just, trust it like we've never trusted anything before. And when I say trust it, I'm talking about your intuition, because your intuition is your higher self. It's guidance. It's your divine guidance. It's part of your divine spiritual team, and your spiritual team, your divine spiritual team, will never mislead you. Even if it feels like you're being misled, it will. Your higher self will never mislead you. You have to trust in the knowing, in the higher self. You have to trust and believe that all these changes in your life are happening for a good reason, a positive reason, even if it feels like it's a bad reason. Maybe, for example, if you got fired from your job, most people, when they get fired, they're like, oh, damn, what am I going to do? And they start worrying because they don't know what's next. But when one door closes, another one opens. So maybe it's not a bad thing. You have to find the positive in everything, because if you don't lead yourself in the right direction in life, your higher self will kind of intervene, even though your higher self can't do too much because of the free will, but it can do enough to give you that nudge to make changes happen. So like I always say, I tell everybody this all the time, listen to your intuition. It will never steer you wrong. Your higher self, you will never steer you wrong. Your divine you, your higher you, the essence of who you are, the advanced you, the future you is with you now, trying to guide you and nudge you and push you to do the right thing. So your higher self, your intuition, will never steer you wrong. Instill that into your minds, you guys. Your higher self, your intuition will never steer you wrong. So imagine all the hard work that we have done so far to be ruined because someone else's games, someone else is the bullshit matrix games. Okay? Don't let everything that, if you're going through spiritual growth, spiritual development, don't fall back because maybe you're not at work and everything, you were working at home, you were making that extra cash, then all of a sudden, the matrix games kick up and, I don't know, pushes you back into the matrix world, and you have to get another 9-to-5 job after you have not had to be a 9-to-5er in the last 4 years, 5 years. Or say everything is great in your life. You're working on your spiritual growth, you're teaching, you're happy, and something brings you down, like getting a speeding ticket or something. And now you got to go to court and play the matrix games. Stand up and raise your soul from the dead. The judge asks you, I don't even want to get into all that straw man crap. I'll save that for another video, because if I even start to talk about it, this video will go way over an hour, and I'm not trying to go over an hour. But you know what I mean? That's the games I'm talking about. Or you changed your ways and people are not happy with your spiritual development or your awakening, and you're not the same person you were a year ago. You've changed. You're not the same person you were a month ago. And you start to lose friends and family. People think you're nuts. And they start drama. They start talking about you. They start making things up about you. Your own family's gossiping about you. Yeah, it hurts. But don't get caught up in the games, people. Stay focused. Stay on your path to spiritual enlightenment. If they're not on that path, maybe they will be, maybe they won't be, but it's not your problem. You're here for you, nobody else. You're not here for your brother, your sister, your children, your husband, your wife. You're here for you. Your other people that are in your life, they're here for support. They're here for lessons. They're here for learning. They're going to follow you when you transition. They'll follow you. They'll be beyond the veil with you. And if you come back, they're going to come back with you. These are contracts you signed with these people. These are people part of your soul family. So don't get caught up in the games. You're here for a reason. Stay focused. Now remember this. Put this in your mind, you guys. Others will go to the most extremes to convince you to change your course and direction. You're not here for them. So the heat is going up, okay? And as long as we are aware, we can simply rise above all of it. Stay focused. Okay, I had to pause my video really quick. My husband came home and he bought me a gift. Look, I gotta show you guys. Oh, this is heavy. Look it. Roses. I love flowers. It doesn't matter what kind of flowers. I love all flowers. I'm not a materialistic girl. All my friends think I'm broken because I don't like to shop. I mean, for some things I like to shop, but I don't like going to the mall and trying on clothes and all that. I know what my size is, and when I see something and I like it, I buy it. I don't spend like hours and hours looking for stuff. I'm not materialistic. I don't wear, you know, expensive name brand crap. If it's cute, I'll wear it. Same with my sneakers and shoes and all that. My husband buys all my sneakers because I refuse to pay a lot of money for shoes. So all the cool sneakers that I have is because my husband bought them. And I have lots of them. It's crazy. It's crazy because I don't even wear them really. And unless we go to a show, my husband sings for a living. So um, most of the time I'm the marketer of the show, or the co-producer of the show. So I wear sneakers because I'm running around a lot. Unless he's booked for a show that I'm not marketing, then I get to dress up and wear high heels. So anyways, I'm not a materialistic girl. I don't like expensive jewelry and all that. I like sterling silver. I'm not even into gold that much. I love my crystals. I wrap my own crystals. See, check that out. I don't know if you guys can see it. I wrap this. And I have another wedding band set that's actually silver. It just doesn't fit me. My husband needs to size it. I don't want to wear the gold one anymore. I've been wearing this one for 13 years now. Actually have 2 other sets, and both of them don't fit me. At one point, I was able to wear all 3 sets, but that's when I was wearing jewelry and all that stuff. I'm not into all that. I'm not like I used to. I swear to God, if my husband was to buy me a sterling silver wedding ring with a Herkimer crystal in it, I would rock that shit. I think crystals are better than diamonds. He could have put any kind of crystal on my wedding band and I would have rocked the hell out of it. Anyways, let's get back into my video. So I'm trying to remember where I left off earlier. I think I was talking about my higher self, divine self, guiding you. You're here for you, nobody else. Da 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 da. Bada bee, bada bum. Bada bee, bada ba. I'm trying to think where I was at. Basically, everything that's going on in life, everything that's happening, we are not responsible. It may be difficult to witness all the events and devastation that's taking place on Earth right now. One has to realize that we as in you and I, we, us, all of us, the mass collective, we have to realize we are not responsible for any of anything that's happening right now. All of the devastation, the hate, the anger, the low vibrational energy. The planet is purging. We're purging. The planet is purging. We're all ascending. We're ascending. The planet is ascending. Everything that's on the planet is ascending. But everything that's going on around you, you're not responsible for that. You're just not. Unless you are a part of what's happening, then of course you're responsible for it. But for things that is happening in this world, you're not responsible for that. I mean, and I'm not talking about the, we are one or anything like that. I'm literally talking about as a third dimensional being on this planet, you're not responsible for what's happening in France right now. You're not responsible for the earthquakes and the tornadoes and everything that's going on around the world. You're not responsible for the cops shooting innocent people. You're not responsible for the bullshit that other people are doing. Mass media is being controlled and used along with social media. Mass media like news, social media like Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, whatever else is out there, to create a false sense of reality. A lot of the things that you see are not even real. It's out there to cause fear for you. And that fear is going to stop you from growth, spiritual growth. They want to keep their control over you, and fear lowers your vibration. And when your vibration is low, you tend to just bow your head down, stay in fear, and you follow the herd. Okay? You're not a sheep. You are a divine being. You need to lift your head up and stop following people and walk down your own path, because you're here for you. You're here for only you yourself, for your spiritual growth. And along the way, you can help others. But you can't help others if you're following everybody else. It is called mass confusion. That's what all of this is doing to you. It's creating mass confusion. The way to get lost is by buying into what they are saying. And what they're saying is creating fear. When I was growing up, my father used to say, don't believe everything that you hear. People say things to play mind games with you. So if people come to me and be like, so, so-and-so told me that you blah, blah, blah. Right there, I just stop it. I don't care what so-and-so said. If so-and-so ain't saying it to me, I don't give a shit. Okay? I don't need you to be a messenger for so-and-so. Our conversation isn't about what's happening behind my back. My conversation is what's happening between us and what we can do to improve ourselves and our future. What'll be better for me? What will be better for you? So what's happening in the world is there is this deliberate attempt to cause division, which works if others continue to pay attention to incidents that happen. The fear that's going on in the world, like these false flags that have, like the school shoot, I believe some of these school shootings are false flags. They're false school shootings. They are actors. The kids are actors. They're children of the elite, of the Illuminati, of the secret government, the secret society. And they have this power to do this. They have this power to put their children out there and make everything look absolutely real and authentic. And it's all staged. And they're doing this because they're creating this diversion. Just like politics. I think politics is the same thing. It's out there to create, I don't know, it's out there to rip people apart. So nobody's agreeing on anything. Everybody hates, no matter who's president. They're going to hate the president that's president for whatever reason, because the last president was better. But then when that president was the president, nobody liked him either, or that last president before that president, and so on and so on and so on. Who gives a crap? I don't personally, I don't believe the president has the final say or the ultimate power. It's the government that has the ultimate power. Politics is just a diversion. If we just had a council of elders to guide us, I would be much happier if we had a council of elders. But as for governments and politics, it's just out there to create. There's just so much. I don't even want to get into politics because, if you're watching this and you're a very political person, I don't want you to start putting political crap in the comments area. Honestly, I don't give a shit about politics. I don't care who the president is. I have not voted. I don't vote. I think I voted once in my life, and I voted for Obama because he was the first black president of the United States, and I wanted to be a part of that, and it was for no other reason but that. And that may be selfish, or I don't even know what other word to use, what that could be. Offensive to some people. I don't care. I did it. So what? It's done. So these incidents that are put out there in the mass media and the social media, the incidents that happen, will cause an emotional outburst for people. But this is part of the plan to deceive us. The motto is divide and conquer. And that same motto, divide and conquer, has been used in war, in past wars. It's been used for years. Divide and conquer, divide and conquer. That's what they want. They want to divide and conquer. It's commonly used to break down nations of people. It works very well with today's social media following. It is very easy to send a message to others that will cause lots of issues that make people hate each other. Do you know how many people unfriended each other are not friends today because of politics, because of who was elected to be the president of the United States? Do you know that there are family members that no longer talk to like their parents or their children or their cousins because of who the president is? Like, seriously? You're gonna let politics destroy your relationship? That's stupid. Wake the f up. It's so stupid. My opinion, stupid. Now let's talk about what the government is doing to all of us. So, you know, we're becoming enlightened, we're waking up, we're spreading the word, we're waking up the masses. So what does the elite people do to us? They censor us. What did they do to YouTube? They literally like put all these guidelines and rules. You can't monetize your channel unless you got like I don't know, I don't even remember what it is, and it's ridiculous. I know that it's like 1,000 followers, but they have to be like repetitive people that actually follow you all the time. Not, you can't like buy these followers. They actually have to watch your videos. You have to have like I don't know, 10,000 views, or so, I mean that could be wrong. I know you have to have so many thousand views and so many thousand followers, and if you say the wrong thing or you write the wrong thing, they censor you. They take your channel down. They flag you. They send you warnings. I mean, like, you cannot be a free person. You cannot live a free life. You're being censored. And not just us here on YouTube are being censored. If you're on Facebook or Instagram, I mean, you have to be careful of the message that you spread, because they will take your channel down. But yet you can put up, you know, these rap videos of talking about drugs and licking and eating somebody's butt out, and that doesn't get taken down. But if you try to tell people about spiritual enlightenment and waking up the masses, 5D, you use words like 5D, 3D, enlightenment, crystal child, indigo, boom, your YouTube channel is taken down. You talk about chemtrails, your YouTube channel is cut. You talk about GMO, you talk about what they're putting in shots, the flu shot. They do this thing with their algorithm, and they don't allow your video to get these views if you're posting them on your social media, because you're talking about things that they don't want the masses to learn. They want you to remain dumb. They don't want you to get smart, because if you become smart, then you could take them down. What's that movie? It's like a kid's cartoon. I think it's called Ants or something. Where the little ants, they're working all the time. They're collecting the food, you know, so they can get through the winter. And then, you know, they're collecting food for the grasshoppers, because if they don't do it, the grasshoppers will kick their butt. But then the ants get smart, and there's more ants than there are grasshoppers. And when they realize that there's more of them, they could take the grasshoppers out, and the grasshoppers are basically doomed. But the ants had to wake up to realize they're not weak. They are large. They are the mass collective. They had to wake up to realize, hey, you know what? We could take them down, because there's more of us than there are of them. That's what we need to do, guys. We need to wake up the masses, and we need to come together and take them down. There's more of us than there are of them. But they have the money and the power. So we obey their rules because we need money, and we need to live under the certain amount of power that we're living under without feeling like a total prisoner, if that makes any sense. So yeah, censorship. Social media is beginning to censor and limit access to the network of truth. It is using its ultimate power to switch on and off what we see, switch on and off of what we can say. It emphasizes its own agenda, and it restricts what is real news. And instead, it replaces it with fear porn, fake news. Those who are working at delivering the truth are experiencing all of this right now. You know, the people that are not speaking the truth think that people like us are just talking nonsense. We're stupid. We're nuts. We're nuts, you guys. We're conspiracy theorists, truth seekers. You know, they peg us as the nuts, the nutsos. We're not the nutsos. We're just the ones that are awake, and you know, we're just trying to wake everybody else up. We're trying to shake them out of that amnesia. You're an ant. There's more of us than there are of them. You know, kind of like that. So people like us, we support each other by sharing our news, our stories with our own networks. That's why I like to share other people's channels. If I like what they're saying and it resonates with me, I feel like I'm a pretty honest person. I feel like I'm I want good to happen in the world. I want people to wake up. I want people to ascend. I want people to find joy and happiness and be the best version of themselves. You know, because I have children. I don't want my children to grow up in a world of hate and no power, you know, them being imprisoned because they're taking everything from us. Everything, everything, all of our traditions and our joys and all of our happiness. And I don't want that for my children. I want them to experience Christmas and be able to walk out in public and say, Merry Christmas. I want them to know that that's a Christmas tree. That tree that's over there that has all those lights, that's a Christmas tree. That's not a holiday tree. That's a Christmas tree or a Yule tree. I want them to have freedom of speech, freedom of thought. So, you know, I like to share other people's channels. So if you hear me giving shout outs to certain people and other people's channels like Soothe the Glitch, Aluna Ash, Alexis Buck, Naughty Beaver, these people, they speak the truth. I feel that they speak the truth. I feel that they're speaking from their hearts. They're not scripted. They're not reading this stuff and then putting it out to you guys. Or maybe they read some stuff and they gained some knowledge from it. They lived through that knowledge and they're sharing it. I don't know. I just feel like, so if you see that I'm out there and I'm promoting somebody else, it's because I want you to see what I see. I want to share the love. I want to share the knowledge. I want you to feel that feeling that I felt when I found this person and experienced their content or their videos or whatever it is that I'm sharing with you guys. The mystery around what is really happening in this world is never going to be revealed until after the events have actually occurred. Speculation only leads to low vibrations and misinformation. You can't speculate on what they're doing. I have a pretty good idea of what's going on. I mean, I'm living it. I'm really not speculating. I don't want that sentence to contradict, you know, anything that I'm saying. I'm not speculating. I'm sharing what I'm living. But, you know, speculating will lead to low vibrational energy and could lead to misinformation because, you know, a lot of people talk about the end of the world and, you know, the end is coming. To me, that's misinformation because that's speculation. I don't think that the end of the world is coming. The end of the old earth going into the new earth is coming. It's not like two earths, not like we're not going to just like leave this earth and go to another earth. It's ascending. Like we're ascending to become a better, higher vibrational being. The earth is doing the same thing. That's not speculation. That's actually scientific proof. Now, as we approach some very interesting historical anniversaries, we're going to see or begin to see karma on a global scale being played out. And we're already seeing it right now. It's already happening. 2018, I've seen it. It's going on. It's happening. We're in the middle of it. Many seem to forget that karma does apply to all that is. All the damage and travesty caused, it is not unusual for it to also have to bring it all back to balance. Everything has to be rebalanced. Everything that's happening in the world that seemed awful, it gets balanced out. You lose your ego and you give birth to the light, the divine side of you. You lose something in life that seems like you lost your job, but in return, you found a better job, something that you never even seen yourself doing. You're making more money. I guess what I'm trying to say is, everything's happening. This is an evolutionary process, which applies to each and every single person, everybody, each and every one of us. There is going to be tremendous changes ahead of us, and one of which is going to affect all of us, every single one of us, if we survive it all. It's going to affect every single one. Those of us who are already awakened are already they're in the change. They're already seeing it. They're already feeling it. Also, the new wave of souls that are waking up just now, they're, maybe this year, or the last few months, or maybe the last energy wave that hit the earth triggered them to wake up. They're in the middle of this change as well. They're feeling it. They're in tune to it. They're keen to what's happening around them. Well, even if they just woke up, subconsciously they are able to absorb enough knowledge to know that they're in the middle of something huge. So many of us have began to start our own mission, or we're in the middle of starting our own mission, creating our own safe space, because creating our own safe space is very important, as well as maintaining an awareness of what is happening in the world around us. Even if you don't watch the news, like I don't watch the news, but my husband watches the news, so I might hear it, I might listen to it, but I don't believe everything that I'm seeing or hearing. But I put it in the back of my mind. I saw it. I acknowledged it. That's it. I didn't put too much thought into it, but I acknowledged it. You should at least acknowledge what's going on around, like what's being told to you. Even if you don't witness it, acknowledge what you're hearing around you, or what you're seeing on TV, or, around you. Just acknowledge it. That's it. We've been expecting a lot of this to happen. And no matter how hard it is to watch, it is inevitable, because it's an inevitable part of human evolution. Following the essence that is deep within the path to choose. It is our eternal essence which will guide and keep us all in love and peace to feel love and become it. All the best, you guys. Thank you for listening to me, even though I kind of just rambled on and this was so random, but I don't know. It just had to be said. It just had to be said. There's just so much stuff going on in the world. It's important that you guys practice self-love. Take care of yourself. You're here for you. You might have families. You might have children, but ultimately you're here for you. That's not being selfish to say that. You're here for you. And you better yourself so you can teach them and guide them. But if they don't approve of what you're doing or how you're living your life or what you're saying or whatever the case may be, don't hold on to that energy. Let that go. That's their opinion. That's what they feel. Everybody's entitled to feel and say and do what they please. That's their perception. Acknowledge it. Let it go. Don't let that stop you to becoming the awesome that you came here to be. The highest, most divine. Don't let that stump you in learning and growing. Don't let that stop you from teaching or making videos. Who cares if one of your family members came across one of your YouTube videos and they thought that that's not you? That's not how they know you. What's going on with you? Why have you changed? Who gives a shit? That's their opinion. They don't like it. They don't have to watch. What it is they're projecting. They see something in you that it's in them. And that's something that they have to work out. They have to figure that out. And through their life, as they journey through life, awake or not, maybe they'll figure it out. If they don't, they'll come back in another lifetime. And eventually they will figure it out. But that's not your problem. You're here for you. This is your time for the ascension. Stay on your path. Follow your intuition, because your higher self, your intuition, your divine spiritual team will never steer you wrong. Many blessings, you guys. When you said goodbye, I knew that